Hey guys, welcome to Let's Go Catch Some Snaps. And we got the Accuride right here. Yes, sir. Accuride Valiant N500 jigging reel. And, well, we're going to get into, with Captain Chris, we're going to get this spooled up. Then we're going to do a top shot. And he's going to show you this special knot that's heavy duty strength for your slow pitch jigging. But anyway, I'm going to go through the lines that we chose. We got the Suffix 832 Advanced Super line, and this is an 8 braided fiber with 32 waves per inch. It's a 30-pound. And I got the 600 yard because this thing here, I don't remember exactly what it takes, but I think it took almost 400 yards of this line right here. Then we got a top shot on it. That's a Cigar 30 blue label, 30-pound top shot. Since we're going to be jigging between 300 and 400 feet of water. So we're going to get into the spooling of the reel, and we're going to get into the lines and the knot and everything else. So anyway, guys, stay tuned. I hope you enjoy this. Thanks to Captain Chris. Shout out to him. Shout out to Joe, Justin, JJ, and King. This is, what line is this? The Suffix?
Yeah.
82.
832.
832. All right.
I gotta take off these things.
Put a top shot.
Set up pretty high. Let me see the tension on it.
Like what is this knot that we're doing on this?
So this is actually called a PR knot, and this is the bobbin tool that we're using. So it's like a little wheel that rides on it, and it's got like a little drag system here. So I adjust it, and it pulls out tighter, pull it less, pulls out less. So I give it just enough.
All right.
So when it wraps, I can see how it goes.
All right, so
take this off. There we go.
and now we're going to put on a top shot on it.
Now we're going to do about 8 feet.
Yeah.
That 8 feet sounds good. I'm going to take give it about like 8 inches just to play with right there. And what I essentially do is I'll take the braid and or the mono, and I just start wrapping it around the top of the spool. Like I said, about 8 inches to play with there. Now all it is just wrapping it over itself. You ever seen like those, what do they call them? Like the Chinese handcuffs? That's essentially what this is.
Wow.
Now I'm going to wrap it going back the other way. So it's like the tighter that you pull up against it, the more it's just going to strengthen. So now, start wrapping it going the other way. And I'll make these knots a little lengthy. You can always shorten them down a bit, just for the sake of having a knot that won't break on you. I like to make them a little bit longer sometimes. This is just one way that I started off, where it goes on the opposite direction. I actually got to back it out a little bit, so you can see it got coiled up right up there. So pretty much it's just wrapped around the braid going one direction. Cut off some of this tack right here. So I just want to see which way it wrapped up into. So I'm just going to uncoil a little bit. right to where the braid actually meets the mono. It's right about there. And now all it is at this point right here, is I'm just gonna give it a bunch of half hitches. So I'm gonna actually just do it. I'm gonna do 1 half hitch on the braid by itself. This is the only part that you gotta remember, is just do 1 by itself. And now you wrap it over both the braid and the mono. And so I'm gonna go one way. Give myself a little bit less drag here. I'm gonna go back in the other direction. Sometimes too much braid could be hard to work with there. One that direction, one back this way. And I gotta say, the reason why we really try to use these knots is because the guides on the slow pitch rods are just ultra thin and so tiny that when you have to have it run through super quickly, or run through the guide at least, you don't want that knot to get caught in any way, you know? So what this essentially does is it just runs through just like your braid would, and it's just gonna hold a lot better. That direction. Go under. Back over. So I'm just giving the half hitches again, under, over, under, over. You're going to really see a difference when you start using these. Back under. And this next part that I'm going to do, I'm going to go over, but I'm going to actually run it, not once, but I'm going to do twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. And I think they call this a Yuzudu finish or something like that. It's got a weird name to it. And this is just going to be your finish knot. So now I run the tag end a little bit back towards me. I'm actually going to straighten this out. And what I've got to do here is I actually uncoil the loop from the direction that it came from. So once, this is actually twice, 3 times, and 4 times. I'm just going to take the tag, if you could get another hand in there, but I use my teeth just to kind of pull it back. Just want to make sure that that knot really sets itself right in there. Pull on both braid tag ends. Then cut this one tag here and give it one more half hitch over the top. I'm just going to cut off this tag end right here. And
wow.
That's your
That's
finish.
not going nowhere, man.
That's your finish right there. And that's your mono actually running in the inside of that right there.
Wow. That's great. Looks kind of tough doing it in a boat, though.
Yeah, in a boat, I would never bring this on with me. You know?
Right.
I would do an FG knot at that point, but this is all just like before the fact, you know, have it all set up. Any rod that you have that you want to do like a braid to mono connection, that's what I do all the time now.
Right. All right, great. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, guys, so just to get this line, for you guys that are starting out, to get this line with your top shot, just the line alone, and the Top Shot will run you about $70. So anyway, share, like, and subscribe. Let's go catch some snaps. Accuride Valiant 500N slow pitch reel setup.